the second aliyah of Parshas Vayetze. We start out today's Chumash saying that Yaakov was light of foot, and he set out for the land of the people who lived to the east. Even though Yaakov was on his way to enter a spiritually dangerous environment, the home of Lavan, the treacherous trickster, his joy in fulfilling his divine mission and trust in God's protection permeated his entire being down to his feet. I just tell you, his feet were light-footed. He was so full of joy. He's going into battle in a sense. He's going to find his destiny in a dark place, but he was joyful because he knew this is his mission. Following Yaakov's example, we can adopt the same joyful and confident attitude when we set out to tackle life's numerous daily mundane activities, even though they may not seem as spiritual. To have to go to your job is not as geschmack as davening in the morning and learning Torah, particularly in our venerable group here. But you got to go out there. You have to go young man west. You got to make your fortune. The key is to make sure beforehand that Jacob, just like Jacob. So how is Jacob of light foot? How is he so confident and joyful? He's going into the dark, mission. We have to be properly nourished by studying Torah before, and properly clothed by observing mitzvahs before, and properly focused on our goal of making the world to God's home. He had come from studying Torah for 14 years in the Academy of Aver.
Wow.
So, and also God told him yesterday, this is your mission. So he's very clear what he's there for. This calls to mind a couple things.
So he goes 14 years to Aver. He goes to 14 years to Aver before reaching Lavan.
Yes, yeah. He goes to the Academy in Aver. That was the end of last week. Interesting point. Two things come to mind. One is a joke my father, blessed memory, used to say. There was two children. One was an optimist, one was a pessimist. And they did a child experiment on them. They put the pessimist in a room full of toys. And the child pessimist is crying the whole time. Why are you crying? You have every toy possible. He says, yeah, because I might break it, and who knows, whatever, all the problems with all the toys. Okay, they put the optimist child in a room full of horse manure. And the optimist child is laughing and frolicking in this, waist-high room of manure. And they're like, what are you so happy about? He says, with all this manure, there has to be a pony here somewhere. So, a pony. There's so much manure, there's got to be a pony somewhere.
And what did the other child say? I didn't hear.
He's crying because all the toys could break. He was a pessimist.
Right.
So Yaakov was an optimist. He was, or the way Jonathan Sachs, he was hopeful. He was mission-oriented and hopeful of being able to change a dark situation and fulfilling his mission. We got to be hopeful. We have to be invigorated with focus and mitzvahs and prayer and Torah in the morning, and then we can knock it out of the park no matter what curveball comes our way. Okay. That is one. Number two, things that came to mind, I think I forgot it already. Actually reminds me, I'm reading now a biography of the previous Rebbe. It's a new book that came out called Undaunted, The Life of the Previous Rebbe. Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, fascinating individual. His life was the bridge from the old world of the shtetl to the modern world of Western Europe until the modern world of America. And each time he faced his challenges with incredible creativity and focus. So the story that is told, I didn't get this part of the book, but I know the story, that he was on the ship coming to America. And he had a mission. I'm going to America. It's not just to flee the Nazis. I'm coming to change America to become a place of Torah. In his words, America is nicht anders. America is no different than the old world. It's possible to have the holiness and the scholarship and the piousness in America, in the melting pot of materialistic America. He felt he can change it. And this was crazy at the time, 1940. No one thought that was even a possibility by any means. So he told his chief of staff, Rabbi Chaim Yitzchak Mordechai, Chadakov. Rabbi Chadakov was his chief of staff. He says, We have to make a plan now before we get to the shores. Why? Because once you get to the shores, you're too enmeshed in the problems. Before you get to the day, you got to have before you get to the mission, the playing field, the battlefield, you have to have the war plan before you're enmeshed in the problems. In many ways, yesterday's Chumash was Yaakov kind of solidified his battle plan. And today we start off, he's confident. He knows it's going to be a battle, but he's confident because I got the plan. I know what to do.
Wow.
And that ends today's Parsha Insight. The mitzvah of today is the 253rd provision. We're forbidden from causing financial damage to a convert. Do not oppress the convert, particularly in financial